You allowed him to tape. Who did the taping? You taped or he taped?
He taped.
He taped. Did you know he was taping?
Yes.
And why did you, I'm not trying to judge you, but I have to ask, it seems kind of like a bad idea. A guy you don't know on a one-night stand to allow him to keep a tape of you.
This is the plaintiff, Amy Nichols. She says she had a one-time sexual encounter with the defendant, and she let him record it for his own private use. Turns out he posted the video on a website without her authorization. This was an act of revenge porn, which is illegal, and she's here suing him for the $6,000 she's owed. This is the defendant, Byron McCovery. He says his tryst with the plaintiff was never recorded, and out of nowhere, the plaintiff starts accusing him of posting a video to an online site. This woman's trying to frame him because he makes good money, and she is a gold digger, plain and simple. Bottom line, he's not in any sex tape video, and he's here today to clear his name. He's accused of doing a bad thing. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,500 for wasting his time and emotional distress.
All parties, please use your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
You've come to court today to sue for $6,000 in damages that you say you've sustained as a result of this defendant posting a sex tape of you.
Yes.
All right. Tell me how it is that you know him.
I know Mr. McCovery through Facebook. We are in a group on Facebook together, and that's where we actually interact at. I don't interact with him on my regular page, on my timeline, or anything like that.
What was the focus of the group? Just a bunch of friends, or was there something about it?
Just a messy group.
Okay. So that's how you meet him, and then do you meet him in person?
I met him in person the night of the encounter.
Okay, and that was a one-night stand?
Yes.
Okay. You allowed him to tape. Who did the taping? You taped or he taped?
He taped.
He taped. Did you know he was taping?
Yes.
And why did you, I'm not trying to judge you, but I have to ask, it seems kind of like a bad idea. A guy you don't know on a one-night stand to allow him to keep a tape of you and make a tape of you.
In all honesty, the night in question of when we did have sex, the defendant and I were both on ecstasy pills. The initial thing was we were going to meet up for me to sell him ecstasy pills.
Okay, that's honest. All right.
And that in itself is why I was
Poor judgment.
Yes.
Okay. So nothing happens for some time, and then what happens?
In February of 2018, I think the date was actually February 21st of 2018, a friend of mine inboxes me through Facebook, and he shows me a screenshot of the site with my picture on it.
Okay, so hold on. So a friend of yours is on a porn site.
Yes.
And he tells you that you are on a porn site.
Yes, I actually asked him how he found it, and he said that he was looking up BBWs and so on and so forth, and a lot of the words that he was putting in to find videos was matching of the defendant's description of the video, and he said that's how he found me.
What's BBW?
BBW is just another term for a voluptuous female.
Okay, but, woman. That's
yes.
What's the W for?
Big black woman or...
Okay.
Yeah.
So he sends a picture where there is a face, and it appears that the person is having oral sex with a man. And that guy recognized you?
I'm under the assumption that he watched it, and that's how he knew it was me, and then sent it to me.
Okay. Because I'm going to need to watch it. I don't want to watch it, but that's the lawsuit you brought. But I need to understand a few things before I watch it. So he sees the video, because from the screenshot, I can't tell. So he sees the video, he calls you, says, this is you. And then does he send you the video or just the screenshot?
He sent me the screenshot, and after I seen that
Did you know from looking at the screenshot exactly what it was?
From the picture on the screenshot, I knew what that was.
Why? How did you know?
Because I know what that video is.
Okay.
I've seen the video. He sent me the video.
When did he send you the video?
After it was made, like, if it wasn't that night, it was like the next day.
Okay. So just by looking at the screenshot, you know who you had been with and you knew what encounter it was.
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't need anybody to give you help to, you know it's him.
Yes, he's the only one I did a video with.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes,
really.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So what do? Do you call him?
I immediately called him.
And what'd he say?
At first, he didn't answer, and then when he finally does pick up the phone, he's pretending like he doesn't know what's going on. He claimed that his phone was lost, that he did not upload it to Pornhub.
Can you tell by looking at Pornhub whose account it is?
They have a profile, and on his Pornhub profile, there's like a small picture of him, and I've seen that same picture of him on his Facebook page, and that's how that is the only video I've done, and so I didn't need to figure out who it was from that profile.
What's going on?
It's all a bogus claim. I met the young lady a couple years ago. I'm a pretty likable, popular guy on social media.
Are you?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so. And,
Okay. Did you post her video on a porn site?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay.
I've explained that to her.
Who did? How did the video that you took end up on a porn site? Oh, by the way, the porn site, whoever uploads it gets paid each time it's looked at, right?
Yes, and I did not know that.
I never received any payment because I never posted
Is it your account?
No, it's not. And I never put a video of me and this young lady up.
Well, how would the video get out?
I'm not aware of the
video was in your possession.
Me and her have never did a video.
Oh, you've never done a video with her?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you have sex with her?
When you look at this video...
Listen to me. Did you have sex with her?
No, I did not.
You've never had sex with her?
No, ma'am. We've talked before.
No, I didn't ask if you've talked before. I asked if you had sex with her. I'm being very clear in my question. Have you ever had sex with that woman? That's my question. What's your answer?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So your testimony is not your body, not your sexual encounter, you never did a tape, and this is not your porn site, and you did not upload this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
When you look at the video, you will never, you won't see me or any of my body parts on the video.
Okay.
And
when I look
didn't
at the
put
video, am I gonna see that the person who posted it is you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What?
I was gonna say that he sent me the video. You won't see his face because he's the one recording it, but you will hear his voice.
Do you have the actual raw video that he sent you back then?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I actually, when I was notifying him about me finding out about him putting that on Pornhub, I told him that I still have the conversation between me and him from when he sent it to me.
Let me see it.
I think the young lady trying to frame me. And
Is this a video he posted?
Yes.
So on Pornhub, this exactly that I'm looking at is what they would see?
Yes.
she's posted the video numerous of times.
What do you mean?
She put the video on Facebook.
When?
She posted, I believe it was around February 21st,
Of what year?
2018.
Okay, now prove that. So go on Facebook and show me how you are proving to me that she posted it on Facebook.
There's two videos right here.
Okay, is that, now if I click on that, I will see that she's posted it on her Facebook page.
She's going live on Facebook saying that she sent it out to someone who at the time claimed that they were pregnant from me. She sent it to this young lady with hopes that she would recognize me.
Okay, stop.
Oh, you're on.
No, just a second. So the proof you have is her posting the following video on Facebook where she's explaining things, right? Okay, let me see that. And what date was that post? Does it say it?
It was all the same. It was all the same.
No, all the same doesn't work, you see, because when you're a fact finder and you're trying to figure out what happened before, at the same time, is a messy way that litigants talk, but judges don't. So these are video of video, right? All right. I need to know the actual dates. Do you have them, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What are the dates?
The 21st, February 21st. That's the day. That's the day
that she's talking in this video.
Yes, ma'am.
It's February 21st of what year?
2018.
Okay. All right. Now, here's a video.
I sent it to one person in this group. I only sent it to one person. I didn't send it to nobody.
Why'd you send it to her?
Because she also had sex with the defendant, and I sent it to him because he was denying that it was even him or he even posted the video.
When did you send it to her? After you found it on Pornhub
Yes,
or before
after
you
I found it on Pornhub.
And the reason that you sent it to her was that so you would have another witness that that was in fact him?
Yes.
But isn't his picture right on the...
Yes.
Okay. This is what?
That's a post.
A post on Facebook from what day?
The 21st of February.
When do you find it in Pornhub?
I found out about it on the 21st of February,
2018.
2018.
Why did you wait so long to file a lawsuit? I'm curious. It doesn't matter. She's within the statute of limitations. I'm just curious.
I went, when this first happened, when it exactly first happened, I had warrants. So I figured I can't press charges against him because they would arrest me too. So I turned myself in. And in that time frame, I asked the officers, could I press charges? And they told me it was more of a civil matter and that I would have to take him to court. They wouldn't be able to arrest him. The revenge porn is just
So the delay was what? To resolve your criminal cases? I don't understand why you delayed. I guess I'm trying to figure out why you delayed. You had warrants out. That's why you didn't file it in February. But what changed your mind?
Mr. McCovery, I feel like is antagonizing. Here and there, he'll speak, talk. He's also inboxing me saying, this reminded me of you. And it feels like I'm being violated,
Okay.
basically.
So every blue moon, he would just text you something that would remind you.
If there was a post that came up in the group and I make a comment, hey, Amy, and...
It's no longer up, right?
No, it's no longer on Pornhub.
And-
That same day, he took it down.
Okay, when everything hit the fan and you were accusing
Yes.
him and, okay. So how soon after you had sex with him did you discover it had been posted?
We had sex in December. I found out in February.
Okay. All right, so what I'd like you to, and when did he send you the tape?
He sent me the tape in December.
In December,
Yes,
right
ma'am.
afterwards?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How is it that I have you sending her the tape if you didn't get taped and you didn't send her the tape?
That wasn't my Facebook that sent that to her.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, I have a question. I mean, this is it's just a thing. You know, it was with Kim Kardashian, it was with Paris Hilton, it was with a million people. It's just done now. Would you guys ever consider, just not trying to pry, but who here would do a sex tape? Yeah.
For sure, I'll do a sex tape.
No, I'm not soliciting it. I'm just asking.
Oh yeah,
You would do it.
yeah.
A lot of people wonder why. I mean, people say, well, it's kind of putting yourself out there.
To show my skills, I guess.
I've got people looking like this right now. What do you say? Why wouldn't you?
I think it's, that's something personal. It's between you and your, significant other. I wouldn't want to put our, personal life out there.
Well, you don't have to release it to somebody. You can just.
Oh, then in that case, yeah, we could do it.
No. Not
you, not you, Harvey.
Going inside the courtroom.
Give me your phone again with the texts.
What text? What's the number? That's
Your inbox conversations.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sorry. I'm saying it wrong. Your inbox conversation on Facebook. That's what we're looking at, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
So if I scroll up, I'll see the tape. If I scroll down, I will see him denying it, right?
He doesn't deny it in here. Not in the conversation. He denies it on Facebook. When I made the post after finding out, after trying to contact him, call him, inbox, face
Stop
chat,
talking.
he would not admit, he did not take it down. He was just denying it, ignoring me. So I did make the post because I knew that that's where he would respond to me at. That was my mistake.
Wait, you made a post of what?
I said, around the time that
Look
I
at
found
me.
out.
Stop talking. I can't hear two people at once. What's wrong with you? Go ahead.
Around the time I found out about the video on the 21st of February, that was around the same time that Black China had her video leaked. So that's what I said. So apparently Black China isn't the only one who has had their sex tape leaked. And I told him that he would run me my coins.
He would what? Run
me
you-
my coins, give
Okay.
me my money.
Right. Now, but did you post the video when you...
No,
Okay. Did you
When
say
he
where
came-
it was posted?
no,
You just said, this is what this guy did?
yes.
Okay, that's fine. I want to see the Facebook messages.
From the start?
No, you know what I want? I want to see the porno tape. I want to see it in the Porno Hub site. Did you play that and record it?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay.
Once I saw that was that video, I didn't need to see it. I already had it in my phone. There was no purpose of watching what I had.
No, but there is, because you're going to prove to me that he posted it, right?
Yes.
How are you going to do that?
Because I went to his site on
That's what I'm
Pornhub.
saying, that you
Oh,
went to
I'm
the
sorry,
site
I
on
misunderstood
Pornhub.
you. Yes.
That's what I mean. And according to you, it has his picture.
Yes, ma'am.
May I see it?
Yes.
Okay, now, this is the picture
Of
that's
him.
next to that name,
Yes.
right? And this is the picture that this is a tiny picture of, right?
Yes.
In other words, he just took a picture of like his eyes to post on the actual porn site. And this is your Facebook picture. Can you explain this?
I have a public Facebook.
So somebody's framing you?
The young lady wanted to be attached
How much money
to
did you make off of this?
I didn't make $1. The young lady wanted to be attached to me.
How much more evidence do I need? Because I'm not going to do a naked lineup. You see?
The young lady,
You know what? You have a counterclaim against her for $3,500. For what?
no one knows about this situation. So my family.
Well, they're going to know now, aren't they?
I'm a married man.
Were you married when you had sex with her?
Yes.
You got to make some better choices in your life, too,
Oh, I
right?
am. I
Okay.
am.
So you're a
said-
married man that had sex with her, then posted it on the internet for profit. And you're a little, and so since you're married, you want somebody to pay you money because that turned out to be a really bad idea because now you're on national television defending yourself.
I didn't post the video. She posted the video. And it's not me in the video.
So your version, let me tell you who's going to know if it's you in the video. That's a problem, isn't it?
No, it's not me. So I'm okay with.
So
with
you're
that.
okay with it. You see, life is filled with choices, and some of them are bad, and we're all human, and I get it. It might be a good idea to not be on ecstasy, not sell ecstasy, not let a guy on a one-night stand tape you, and then cry about it later, okay? There's a part of me that is saying that to you, okay? But that doesn't give that somebody the right to profit off of it and show it to the world and get 69 cents a peep, okay? It doesn't. How'd you get it off the site? You complained to the site?
No, I didn't know how to have them take it down.
Oh, okay.
It was
So you didn't
after
even
I
have
made
anything
the
to do with it being taken out.
No, after I made the post, and a lot of people were asking, was it him? Did he do it?
Then all of a sudden,
It
the
was
person
taken
who
down.
puts it up, who's not him, takes it down.
Exactly.
Oh, please. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck,
It's a duck.
and it looks like a duck, it's a duck. How do you know about the 3,000? Because you saw how many
I've
views.
had 2 people tell me that Pornhub pays you to put amateur videos up. I didn't think it was the truth to that until
Does
I actually...
Pornhub pay for videos?
I'm not
I looked
aware.
it up and they do.
That was the right answer. I was trying to trick him. What?
I haven't got paid from anything.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to engage in calculating views. I think I'm going to engage in the violation and breach of trust that it was. And there's several things that a trier of fact considers, you know? I'd be lying if I didn't tell you, as I did earlier, that I am considering the fact that you did it at all. I'd be lying but again, that doesn't give them the right to make it public. I'd be lying if I didn't consider that you sent it to the potential baby mama, I guess, because, you know, that's you publicizing it too. But nobody has a right to do this to somebody else. Nobody. And I am finding in your favor, and I would be lying if I didn't say that it is really hard to identify you in that, and that a lot of the identification happened because you got so mad that but I don't blame you, because you got so mad that it was posted. Then all of a sudden everybody's gonna start looking at it and knows about it and whatever else, because you said something. But so what? You have a right to be angry that violation happened. And you have a right to call attention to the violation, even if by doing so, you're calling attention to the tape as well. You have that right. That's what that's what that guy banks on, that you're gonna keep your mouth shut about it. That's what he banks on. I'm finding in your favor in the amount of $5,000. You will pay her for that little privilege that you exercise.
So the judge gives the plaintiff a judgment for $5,000 against you. That's legal stuff. Got to pay this.
Yeah.
What are you thinking right now?
That's all she need.
I mean, you say it wasn't you. You really didn't deny it that strongly.
It wasn't me. You're not gonna see my face in the video, none of my body parts. The young lady just wanna be attached to me. It ain't nothing.
Well, the judge is convinced it was you. That's your one more problem. What about your wife? Suppose she sees this. Think she's gonna say it?
I'd get another one.
Another what?
Wife.
Oh, you're a winner. Okay. Goodbye. I don't know. You made a bad mistake, too. You know.
A terrible mistake.
Yeah. You're not going to do that again, huh?
I haven't done it since.
Okay. I feel sorry for you. But good for you for suing anyway. Maybe the $5,000 will help.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Well, Harvey, what do you think?
Okay, I mean, you should know revenge porn, which is really awful, is becoming a crime in a lot of states, and judges are taking it really seriously, as are prosecutors. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
These are the plaintiffs, Frances and Cheryl Niemeyer. Frances says she and her daughter rented a house from the defendant, and the man didn't have the place ready on the agreed-upon date. This caused them much turmoil because they were relying on the house being ready to move into because they were moving out of their old place. Bottom line, the defendant refuses to return their security or pay for their hotel, so they're suing for the $5,000 they're owed. This is the defendant, Larry Stahl. He says he was all set to have the plaintiffs move into his rental, but received a frantic call from Frances accusing him of renting the house to other people at the same time, and she demanded her money back. The woman was irate, to say the least. He became uncomfortable with their aggressiveness and chose not to have any further dealings with them. He's accused of rotten renting. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,500 for 1 month's unpaid rent.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiffs rented a house from the defendant and relied on the move-in date that came and went, and they never got in. But the defendant says the plaintiffs got all accusatory, so he pulled the plug. It's the case that get a move on it.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, man.
Okay, mother and daughter?
Yes.
All right. How did you come upon his place as a potential place to rent?
Facebook Market.
Facebook Market?
Yeah.
Do you actually happen to have a copy of what it is?
Yes.
That you saw?
And this is also the conversation that I had with him on Messengers.
Okay. So you reach out to him and you see the place, you like the place, and you give him a deposit?
Yes.
All right. So he advertises it, and the day he's advertising it is what day?
It was in July, I believe.
Okay. Because you printed it out later.
Right.
I don't really have the date, but I do know that you are speaking to him in July. Is this still available? And he says, yes, I would like to come see it, blah, blah, blah. You see it, and then you end up giving him a deposit of how much?
$600.
All right. And the idea is that you're going to be able to rent it when?
September 15th.
Why so far in advance?
As far
I mean, it's so far off into the future. You're looking in July for October?
Yes, because I wanted to make sure I have a place to stay because I was leaving my house. My house was sold. So I needed to make sure that I had a place in September.
So go ahead and tell me what happens.
Well, he had called me up saying that the people that were renting his other house were going to buy a house, and
The people that were renting
he
what other?
supposedly has another house in Lindenhurst, and those people were going to move out, and he was going to move into that house. That's why he was renting this house. So he called me up. He actually texted me and told me that they're not moving. Their closing date on their house was postponed, and he don't think I'm going to be able to move in on the 15th.
When does he tell you this? July, August, September? When does he tell you this?
I think he told me a few days before the 15th.
Okay. And then what happens?
I'm trying to go back and forth with him, trying to see when can I move in. He's not giving me no answers. And then I found out on, I believe, the 12th
of September,
I was talking to my girlfriend that he also rented the house to her sister.
How did you find that out?
Because me and her were talking, me and my girlfriend. She's like, Fran, this sounds familiar. It sounds like the same thing same thing that my sister's landlord is telling me. And I was like, well, do me a favor, text your sister and ask your sister where the house is. Same address. I said, okay. Ask her who her landlord's going to be. It's Larry.
So he took a deposit from her too?
Yes.
How much did he take from her?
$2,500.
You're kidding me.
I had taken, yes, I took a backup tenant.
A backup tenant?
Yeah, she didn't have a lease yet set
First
up.
of all, do you own this joint?
No, I sublease it.
Okay, you sublease it, and your sublease goes until when?
Goes into 2020.
Right, and since when have you not paid rent?
What do you mean not paid rent? I paid my rent over there.
Were you in the process of an eviction?
No, I was leaving there to move into the place, and I was trying to rent it to fulfill my lease.
Did someone file an eviction against you?
Yeah, at some point, my landlord, who I got into a battle with.
Your landlord filed an eviction against you.
Yep.
When was the eviction filed against you?
I don't know the exact date because
It wasn't October, was it?
No, it was definitely.
It was
maybe
well
actually,
before
I'm gonna say it was
that.
actually September.
It was
'cause
before you started taking money from people for
that's not-
something you
that's not
couldn't
true.
deliver because you were in the process of an eviction.
That's not true.
No?
No.
Okay. Did you ever speak? Well, you tell me. Let me hear from you. What is it that happened here?
Well, I had the remainder of my lease, and I had the right to sublease it. It's in my lease
May
that
I
way.
see that you have the right to sublease it? Is it circled where you have the right to sublease it, or just point to it?
There's a star on it on the
Okay,
page.
just read it to me.
Both parties agree that tenant is renting full home, including the basement apartment, and can be rented, allowing subleasing of premises to landlord. And then it says landlord reserves the right to approve any tenants.
Okay, so before you took their money, or before you took the $2,500 backup money from the other people, did you consult with
Well,
the
actually, he
landlord?
says he's allowed to refuse if I
Right,
wanted
so
to.
did you
Yes.
consult with the landlord and
Yes,
give them?
he was
You
aware.
did.
He was aware in July that I was going to.
No,
rent
that wasn't my question.
Okay.
Did you show them the tenants on paper or whatever so he could approve them?
I advised him what I was doing. Yes.
Did you
He
show them the
didn't- he
tenants
didn't-
on paper
he
before you
didn't ask for
accepted their
anything else.
money? Because he's got to accept them. If he doesn't accept them, what are you doing
He
collecting
did not
money?
ask me for anybody. I told him what I was doing, and he just told me that as long as I was paying the rent and I was doing my thing, and I told him I was putting a lease together.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
How are these people going to get the place October 1st?
I was going to be moving out into my other house. I own a home in Lindenhurst. I was going to move. The tenant was moving out. I was going over to live there, and I was really fulfilling the rest of my lease and doing the right thing because I had a lease with
Can
him.
I ask you a question? Your lease was going to cover you from when to when?
I believe it was October to October.
Right. That's what I
For
want
a
to
year. It's a year lease.
Right. Did you think he was the owner?
Yes, until I found out he wasn't.
Right. How is it that if your lease ends in February, that I should consider this on the up and up when you wrote here in this lease agreement that it was from October 1st, 2019 to October 1st, 2020, and you don't have the place after February of 2020?
Well, I had the place before that. If you look at his lease, the lease I have here, I originally had it from 2018 originally with him, and it was extended for that time
How
period.
are you going to legally obligate yourself to a place that you don't have possession of from February until October? Michael's the actual owner? Yeah.
I have Michael here if you'd like
You
to
have
speak
Michael
to
here?
Yes. He's our
Where's
witness.
Michael? Well, step right on up, Michael. Please place Michael under oath.
Just stand right there. Tell me to swear the truth, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
So, do tell.
Do tell.
What is going on between you and that tenant? First of all, did he have a right to sublet?
Just the downstairs to his cousin. It was going to brother, the basement. He took
Okay.
the whole house for the basement.
The wording was a little muddy for that. It needed to have been said much more
Yes,
explicitly. But anyway, so did he ever tell you in July, listen, I'm renting the place out, including from February to October of 2020?
No.
Okay. Did he ever bring you anybody to tell you these are the potential tenants?
No.
Did he, in fact, by the way, tell me about this backup. I love this. You've got it rented out. You've already taken their money for $600. How do you end up taking someone else's $2,500?
Well, I gave her $2,500 back the other day.
Yeah, when they call the detectives? Give me that. Give me that. I'm going to lose it any second now. Will you please tell me, landlord, when is it that you find out what shenanigans are going on?
I found out September 11th.
And how did you find out?
I got phone calls from my neighbors.
You got phone calls from your neighbors.
Of course, there was a lot of police presence in my house.
Why
But
police presence?
I didn't know. I thought there was a disagreement because they'd been there before. So my lawyer told me to stay away from the house because the eviction process was started.
Wait, you started an eviction process against him when?
July 23rd.
Oh, July. Why?
I didn't get rent.
Did he talk to you about any mold problems or any such thing?
He claimed there was mold problems. I spoke to downstairs.
So
I
you
went
didn't
down
get
there.
July. Did you get August?
No.
Did you get September?
No.
All right. Your eviction against him, by the way, when did you give him the money?
I believe it was August 10th.
Oh, that's interesting. So
August
at the
10th.
time that you're renting it out, an eviction proceeding has been filed against you by your landlord.
I didn't have an eviction at that point in my pants from the court.
I have all the paperwork if you need it.
Show me the service of process.
Okay. This is the first one with his certified mail return receipt.
Let me see that.
That was signed July 28th.
Just a second. How do you figure you don't have it when you signed for it July 28th?
Can I say that? I didn't sign.
So you not only knew you were being evicted for non-payment, you then take her $600 and another person's $2,500.
And
wait, a third person?
3 more families after that.
Yeah, there was.
You can't be serious.
Yes, I am.
How is he walking into my courtroom? This is repeated theft on your part. You know you're being evicted, and you think you're smarter than everybody else. Who's the guy with you?
I was a tenant as well. I subleased the upstairs part of the house.
Did you know all this stuff?
No, I didn't. I learned about this.
Why did you think you were here?
Because I witnessed her belligerence and her.
Right. Did you witness what he was doing?
No, I had no idea.
Are you learning right now everything that just has been said
I've
in this?
learned a few things. Yes.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat. I don't think you want to associate yourself with them. Go ahead and sit. All right? So now, 3 other people. So now there's 5 families that are victims?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Or the text messages.
I'll give him the
So
text
he's all still
messages.
supporting him. No, stand up. I want you right next to him.
Well,
Go ahead, go on.
I think it's you'll see. The text
I'll see
messages-
what? What will I
The text
see?
messages from this lady. She was awful.
I don't care how
Screaming.
awful she is. He stole her money. He's a thief.
He was threatening her.
I was giving her money back.
She was threatening him
Yeah.
with violence.
Yeah? Do you think I care how rude she is in the messages?
No, I think you'd like to see these. Yeah.
No, I think you're wrong.
Okay.
I think what I'd like is for him to have paid $600 back and to feel really bad about how it is that he stiffed 5 families. That's what I would
gave
like.
him $2,500.
Altogether.
Altogether.
Yeah.
I gave him $600 as a deposit and then gave him $1,900.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Just like
So
the
you're
girl,
out $2,500?
$2,500.
It's
How many
on my
people did you
lease.
take $2,500 from?
I gave the other woman.
How
back.
many people did you take $2,500 deposits
There
from?
was her and the other woman that I prior gave $100 million back.
And?
And I had a deposit from someone after, but I gave them that money back.
And?
That's it.
So you took $7,500 from
I
people?
did not take $7,500. I took a deposit.
Of $2,500 from 3 different families?
No, it's $2,500 from her. $2,500 from the other girl who was the person that she knew. And then there was a $500 deposit that was taken, and I returned that to them.
Dude, how do you pick them?
My lawyer said the same thing.
Wow.
So can a landlord take a deposit from more than one tenant?
I would say no.
Why?
Because the tenant that gave that deposit is making it on the condition that the apartment will be available for them. And if they don't have that, then why take a deposit?
What do you say?
I was going to say yes, but...
He was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
You are suing for your deposit back. You are suing for your hotel fee because you closed on your house and then September 15th you weren't able to get in. And then, so you're suing for a hotel from the 15th through the 25th, correct? But your lease starts on October 1st. The written lease starts on October 1st. Then you're suing for a storage fee in August. What's that about?
Well, I'm suing for the one in September. And that was that because I had a storage because I knew I was moving. So I had a smaller storage unit that I had stuff in, and I had to get a larger one in September.
Okay, do you have that paperwork?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
and
think
then a
that's
moving
the
van,
orig-
September and October. Explain those fees.
Those are to move the stuff out into the apartment we did end up getting.
Okay, but wouldn't you have paid that anyway?
I would have had the moving van, yes.
Right,
But I wouldn't
so-
have had the bigger storage unit.
Okay, but that's a separate thing that you're
Right.
suing for. So, and you don't have any evidence of the bigger storage unit, and you don't, but you have one moving van expense, and that's what you would have had anyway, right?
Right.
Okay, so now, wonder of all wonders, you have a counterclaim, don't you? For $2,500 more from her. Explain your counterclaim, Mr. Stahl.
I have nothing to say on that.
I'm sorry?
I have nothing to say on that.
Well,
I-
you
I
have
was
to
basi-
because
I
you're
was-
suing for $2,500 in a place that a court ordered you to vacate the month before.
The court did not order me to vacate it until I went on September 25th, and I agreed to November 2nd. I was going to go to a trial if I wanted to with him over the fact that he was evicting me, and there was mold in the house downstairs, and I lost the money from downstairs. The rent was $3,500 to
Right,
him.
but you admit that you're the one who told her you're not going to be able to move in because these other people aren't moving out, which is
Correct.
You know, that's not even true. You're not going to be able to move in because you can't deliver a place from October to October. And you think you have a legitimate claim. See, you look like a thief because you are a thief. You know, when you say, oh, yeah, he's always rented to me. Are you out of your mind? I can rent it out beyond that, which I have a right to under my own lease. You know, when you know that you haven't paid July, when you're dealing with her, you already haven't paid the guy July, and you know the guy's going to file a lawsuit against you. And you know that if it wasn't, that you have no right to rent to anybody until the next October. That's why you're collecting money from everybody. Because if it looks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, and it walks like a duck, it's often a duck. And that's what this is. You look like a fraud because you are a fraud. I am ruling in your favor in the amount of the $2,500. I am also ruling I'm amending your pleadings to include punitive damages and ordering him to pay you another $2,500 for a sum total judgment in your favor of $5,000.
Well, as they say, the defendant had the book thrown at him here in court today. Mr. Stahl, this did not look too good for you.
No.
What are you thinking?
I don't really have too much to say at this point.
Not much you can say.
No, I can't say much.
The judge called you a thief and a little bit of everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, you
She doesn't have all the facts.
look
probably,
terrible.
but-
It just made you look
Yes,
terrible.
it does.
Sorry, she had the evidence.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody take a look.
Have a good day.
There you go.
Thank you.
That way.
That way.
Ms. Niemeyer, how come you happened to bring him with you in court today?
After my witness, I've been keeping in contact with him from the beginning when we first started finding out about
Yeah,
everything.
but you didn't bring him in as a witness to begin. If you had said something to the judge about him being in the
I did.
audience.
The thing is that we didn't want him to see him. We wanted him to be a surprise.
Big surprise. You're cool.
Yeah, well, it's ending finally. It's
Finally.
been long, but
Finally.
it's ending. It's
Can you believe everything that's gone on?
It's something like Hollywood couldn't write up. It's just one after another.
Incredible. Good luck to you.
Have a great day.
How about that one, Harvey? Very interesting.
Doug, when time matters, write the magic words. Time is of the essence.